My my name is Rachel Doherty, and I am manager of the Professional Technical Contracting Unit at OSP, otherwise known as the Professional Technical Contracting Unit. This is a walkthrough of routing your documents for signature through DocuSign. The intended audience for this training is anyone that needs to submit a document for signature through DocuSign to the PT unit. This training describes a typical signature process for DocuSign. Your agency signature process may vary a bit. This training is not a training for the DocuSign Swift integration. Your agency may have some internal processes that differ from what is described in this training. What is DocuSign? DocuSign has routing capabilities and it allows for the use of electronic signatures. DocuSign is a cloud-based application, meaning you do not need to download specific software. You log into DocuSign via a web browser in order to use it. The PT unit uses DocuSign to review and approve agency documents. You need a DocuSign account to route documents to the PT unit. Please contact it.procurement@state.mn.us to start setup. You do not need a DocuSign to sign the documents, only to route them. Documents are routed in an envelope, which contains everything a person needs to sign the document. Think of a DocuSign envelope like a real envelope, packed with things that you need to know to move your document forward in the process. Not all items in an envelope need a signature, just the document the PT unit is approving. This is the screen that you upload your documents for signature into. You can upload just about any document for signature, Word docs, Adobe PDFs, or scanned documents. One thing to be aware of, if the document was signed using a separate Adobe PDF signature process, it could be locked. This is an exception to documents that can be loaded into DocuSign. This is how you add recipients to your envelope. You will likely have 5 recipients when you route to the PT unit. You'll have the encumbrance signature, vendor signature, agency signature, and then the PT unit and OSP helpline. And just to note, the above is the most common way of setting up a document when you need signatures from the PT unit, but it is not the only way. You can add people that are carbon copied, that view the documents only, or you can use your own internal process for signatures. Make sure to click the box to set the signing order. This ensures that your documents will be routed through the process appropriately. For PT, select the signing group, Professional Technical Admin OSP. For the OSP helpline, add the email address osphelp.line@state.mn.us. You must use both the Professional Technical Admin OSP signing group and OSP helpline. The PT unit and OSP helpline almost always go hand in hand. You need both of us for your documents to appropriately make it through our process. What is a signing group? Signing groups are set up by minute, and there are unique ones made for various groups through the enterprise. A signing group is set up in DocuSign so anyone who can sign the document has access to it. When you use a signing group, you do not use a specific email address. You instead select the signing group. As a reminder, the PT unit signing group is called Professional Technical Admin OSP. You can also click on the hyperlink to see anyone who is in the signing group. The key thing to remember is to always use that signing group for the PT unit and never an email address. This is how you add signatures to your document and fill in blanks throughout your DocuSign envelope. On the left side, you see fields. You can add those fields to places throughout the DocuSign envelope. For our purposes, we are focusing on the signature page. This one is set for the encumbrance signature. If I wanted to switch the vendor to any other signer, I would click on the menu in the upper left-hand corner and select a different signer. That signer will then appear in a different color. Each signer has their own color, and you put the appropriate signer in each signature block. Here you can see that all of the blanks are filled with the appropriate fields. You will notice that the color on the left hand has changed. because OSP Helpline is now the selected signer. And as a reminder, OSP Helpline is always last. They only get a text field where they will put in the admin ID for your document. Here are the most common questions that we get regarding DocuSign. What if my document is a rush? If it is a rush, please indicate that in the email subject line. We generally review within 2 days of receipt. This message screen appears during the very beginning of your DocuSign setup when you are adding signatures. It is helpful to include information like the vendor name, SWIFT contract number, or admin ID so we can easily locate the document if necessary. What kind of information should I include in my DocuSign envelope? Whenever possible, include applicable background documents like certification forms, original contract, and previously executed amendments. If you have reference numbers like a SWIFT contract number or an admin ID, those are incredibly helpful in locating necessary background information. We save and store courtesy copies of your documents. We do it for our reference and in case you need the documents at a later date. If we have copies of your documents and they are not in the envelope, we will try and locate them, but it is much faster for you and everyone if they are included in the envelope. My documents have been sitting in the queue for too long. What should I do? First, check your document status and make sure it has been routed correctly. If not, correct the envelope. If it is routed correctly and the PT unit has signed, but you are waiting on the OSP helpline, you may begin work as you do not need the OSP helpline to complete. If you still have questions about the status of your document, please reach out to pt.contracts@state.mn.us. You also may email the same email address and let us know that your document is now a rush. We generally get to documents in about 2 business days. Please do not resend your documents to us. It will go to the bottom of the queue and it will take even longer. This is how you check your document status. Go into your inbox and look for the name of the document that you need to check on. Click on the name of that document. And then you will look and you can see where it is in the process. You can see that Ben has signed on behalf of the agency. You can see that the vendor has signed and that we are waiting on a signature from the professional technical contracting unit. If that document was now a rush, you would email pt.contracts@state.mn.us and tell us that that document is now a rush. I cannot find any signing groups. What should I do? This is likely a DocuSign setup issue, so you need to email it.procurement@state.mn.us. How do I direct my documents to the PT unit? Use our signing group, Professional Technical Admin OSP. Do not send to pt.contracts@state.mn.us or to specific individuals unless you have cleared it ahead of time. Can I send an emergency authorization form to the PT unit for signature? No. Emergency authorizations form should go to the Emergency Authorization Admin OSP signing group. You can also follow the instructions on the top of that form in order to appropriately route your document. If you still have questions about DocuSign, you can contact pt.contracts@state.mn.us. We'll be happy to answer your question. Thank you so much for taking this training, and I hope you have a great experience routing documents through DocuSign.